What is up, everyone? Little Bad here, and today I want to present my White Mage build breakdown for the final and part of the game. White Mage is an absolute beast again now that they've introduced the Hunter class. I know that sounds a little bit off, but I'm telling you this works extraordinarily well with the way that Holy, the spell itself, works, and with the Barrage command ability. Since Holy hits those multiple little dots stacked with Barrage and the MP circulation you can get from them now, you can get all your MP back. It works with trash mobs. You don't have to worry about them being weak to your element anymore. So let's go ahead and get into the breakdown so you can see my affinities. As you can see, I am pushing Black Mage as high as possible, because for this build all you need to do is stack Intellect and Spirit. Don't worry about the agility, strength, stamina, luck, none of that stuff. You just want to focus on those two things as much as possible. I do have the Horse and the Eyeball out in the Rift because they both give Intellect and they help support these jobs even more. But the way I have it stacked up now, just in case if I'm in somebody else's Rift, I will still be pushing a lot of Intellect without them, and I will have enough to get at least that 400 Black Mage for the boost. The White Mage I have spruced up just through the extra mastery points. The Dragoon right here, as you can see, I've got it for the Lightbringer speed, and also they have the elemental the weakness break damage. Now you can either stack the 400 Hunter or the 400 Dragoon and then have the accessory for the other. I've also got the 400 Red Mage on there for the quick charge and the magic MP limit boost once they become weak, and the 400 Tyrant. That way, once they get that debuff on them, I will be doing nothing but crit damage. As you can see, what I'm stacking on my stuff: the Lightbringer damage dealt, the Holy damage dealt, Intellect, near death, and then also whatever was left over once I hit those 100% marks, I went for the Holy break damage dealt to help spike it up. Since you will be doing massive health damage, like you saw even on Kraken, I think I was hitting for my final hit on his first phase was 550,000 with him, which is a tremendous amount, especially with the speed that you can cast out those holies. Like I said, that barrage for the holy combination, because now you're going to be hitting multiple times with those little dots, is going to make them weaker faster, and it's also going to help with that MP circulation to get your MP back even faster. The Invis to help increase that crit damage and also keep the enemies off of you as much as possible, and Lunatic because the overall casting speed and the buff speeds that you can do with it. Going down my stats, you can see Holy damage dealt at 77%. The Holy break is around 65%. Pushing near death to 100%, and also during Lightbringer to 100% with that damage. Scrolling down, you can see here the damage dealt White Magic I have stacked up as much as possible. The improved effect Invisible to help that crit bonus, and also the MP cost White Magic. This is going to make it, when you stack that up, also with that charge time, that when I cast a holy spell, it's not taking 2 full charges of your MP. It'll only take 1 once you get it to that 100% mark. Looking here at my master points, you can see I'm stacking Intellect and Spirit. Put the rest into the mastery points because it's going to be even more Spirit and Intellect, making sure that I topped off everything to 100% in Category 2. And then Lightbringer damage dealt, got it stacked up to 100% as well. It's extremely good now for a caster class. Like I said, you wouldn't think of Hunter, and honestly I wasn't sure if Barrage was going to work with magic, but since it does, and especially the way Holy hits multiple times, that combined with MP circulation, it's all you need for your MP recovery. I don't have anything in critical MP recovery whatsoever. You don't have to worry about Lancet. You don't have to worry about them being weak to the element. As soon as you get out there, you can just pop it off and just keep it going. As you can see, I do have the Tyrant subbed. I will probably, like I said, and I kind of had that in there, you could do either Monk to where you're doing more break damage, or you could have the Tyrant on, like if you have the Horse like I do, and you've got the Mage itself all the way up. That way it increases your combo damage with the Mace. You could have a little bit of fun. because in the video coming up in a little while, you'll see I run into one of the new Holy Elemental monsters, and unfortunately the Holy Span will not work on him. You will have to use some other kind of combination on him, so it just makes it really easy. And plus, Aftershock can do some really good break damage once you get it set up, especially the way I'm stacking all the intellect and spirit on him. It will put in its work, especially for trash mobs. As far as bosses go, you don't have to worry about anything, even the Warrior of Light with this build, because you will build up that damage on him. He will become weak to the Holy Element after just a couple of casts, and it will just burn him down just like the other bosses. So that's not too much of a concern. Like I said, that's where the Monk, I think, would come more into play, because you'll be doing more break damage against those bosses. And the Tyrant, like I said, I kind of like, especially if I'm running in dungeons, for the simple fact that if I need to, I can put whatever element on my mace and get those combinations going and bust them down. And yeah, I'm so excited that they added this into it. White Mage has been one of my favorite classes since the beginning. I've been really looking forward to getting him back up and going again, and he just couldn't compare to a lot of the other classes, especially Red Mage. Let's face it, when Red Mage came out, it was extremely overpowered, and still is if you set it up right. But Holy's just, or not Holy, I'm sorry, White Mage has still been just one of my absolute favorites, especially if you play a lot of co-op. You can haste everybody, give everybody protecting shell and region, and it won't cost you MP anymore. And just dropping them holy bombs, especially from afar, is just so much fun. It really is. So, yeah, that pretty much just absolutely wraps him up. I've been looking forward to getting this video out. I know it's been a while since I've done an update on the White Mage. And honestly, during the last DLC, I hardly got to even play on him or mess with him that much. But since this DLC's come out, and I've had a lot of other builds ready to go, I've invested the time in him to get him going. And now with that Hunter class being introduced, it's really stepped up his game to what he can do. So with that, I'll leave you to it. I hope this video helps you out, and I hope you can enjoy this class as much as I do, because like I said, it's just an absolute blast, and the damage you can do and the way you can just drop out bombs like there's no tomorrow really makes it a fun class to play again. So hope to see you on the next. Hope this video helps you out, and have a good one. Thank you.